Does that happen with affirmations and visualizations, or is it require more? Like you talk about getting from the 3D space into the quantum space. You talk about trying to disconnect your brain from doing those patterns so you can start to see things. So is it a little more complicated than just
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of affirmations. I mean, people have affirmations all day long. Most of them are unconscious. I can't learn very well. I'm not a good meditator. I'm unhappy. That's their affirmation. Or every single day they wake up in the morning and they think about their problems. And their problems are memories from the past that are etched in their brain. The brain's a record of the past. The moment they start thinking about their problems, since their memories of the past are thinking the past, every one of those emotions has an association with it, emotionally from the experience. So the moment they feel unhappy, now their body's in the past. Keep doing that over and over again, and the body literally will be unhappy. And you could say, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, all you want with your conscious mind. I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy. I'm abundant, I'm abundant, I'm abundant. And your body's saying, no, you're not. You're miserable. And that thought never makes it past the brainstem to the body. So then, visualization then, if the person is visualizing the future that they want, but they're living in fear, the fear is actually not supporting the vision of the future. They don't believe in that future. So it takes more than that. So then what we discovered was that there's a formula, a way to teach people based on over 18,000 brain scans we've studied, over thousands and thousands and thousands of measurements on the heart, on gene expression, on protein regulation, on neurotransmitters, on immune regulation, on thousands and thousands and thousands of different cellular metabolites, looking to see what is it that truly causes a person to change. And it takes a reboot. And in fact, when you stop thinking, when you stop analyzing, when you're no longer paying attention to your body, you're no longer aware of your emotions or your habits or your drives, when you're not thinking about the people in your life or your cell phone or your social media or your car or where you need to go or where you're sitting or where you sleep or where you work, and you're not preoccupied with time, there's a wonderful thing that happens in the brain when we become nobody, no one, no thing, nowhere, and no time. That's the moment where we shut the mechanism down of thinking, and by focusing on nothing, on space, there's a recalibration of the nervous system back to more order, back to more wholeness, back to more oneness. And if you're going to marry a clear intention with an elevated emotion to create reality, you better have a coherent brain, because that's the mechanism that sends the signal out. That's the directive. That's the intention. That's the possibility. It's the creative center.
Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.
And if you're going to combine it with an elevated emotion, if you're going to believe in that future that you're imagining with all your heart, it better be open. You better learn how to activate it, and you got to feel into that heart of yours. And when you do, you begin to change your electromagnetic field. In fact, you have a Wi-Fi signal, and if the thought sends a signal out and the feeling draws the event back to us, if the thought is the electrical charge in the quantum field and the feeling is the magnetic charge, and the heart has a magnetic field, and this is beyond polarity, this is wholeness, this is oneness, this is the union of opposites. That means that we have to feel the feeling before the experience, and not wait for the healing to happen, to feel gratitude, or the new relationship to feel love, or the wealth to feel abundance or worthiness, or the mystical moment to feel awe. That would be cause and effect. We want to cause an effect. So then causing an effect in your life then means then you have to lay down the very thing you use your whole life to get what you want for something greater to occur. And that's a big step for a lot of people. What's the significance of that, okay? We can all get successful. You can learn certain skills, you can be trained, you can make the right choices, you can learn from your mistakes, you can take more courses, more seminars, you can go at it matter to matter, and this is the plane of doing.
Brute force.
Yeah, you can get there, you can force the outcome, you can control the outcome, you can compete for the outcome, you can manipulate the outcome, you can predict the outcome, you can plan for the outcome, you do all those things. There's rules in this three-dimensional world. And when the experience happens, then the experience produces the emotion, and it takes away the lack of not having what you want. You get the new car, you get the new relationship, you get the better health. You wait for the experience to occur. The experience then, the end product is the emotion, and it fills the lack or separation. But we create that way. You see someone with something you like and you don't have it, your brain naturally starts thinking about you having it. We're creative by nature. But in the 3D world, you got to wait for the experience. You got to do something to make it happen. And of course, doing requires time and energy. So you can get really good at that, and you can collect resources and savings and all that stuff, and you can do it easier. My interest is another way. I want to shorten the distance between the thought of what we want and the experience of having it, between the cause and the effect, and that's called time, right? So if we're creating from matter, then there's a lot of things that we have to do to get what we want. And if we're living in stress and we're living in survival, now we feel more like matter and less like energy. And now those hormones drive us in our animal nature to try to get what we want. But sometimes, people cheat, they steal, they lie, they do whatever they can to get what they want. That's the game. But then if you can create from the field instead of from matter, it's not matter that's emitting a field, it's the field that's actually creating matter. So if you could change the field and change the information in the field, is it possible then you can change the experience in three-dimensional reality? And the closer you get to singularity, to source, to oneness, to wholeness, to absolute, whatever you want to call that, and you're creating from the field instead of from matter, every thought in the quantum produces a frequency. So the thought of your wealth in the quantum should produce the frequency or the feeling of abundance. And if you can experience the feeling of that ahead of the actual event, you're beginning to change information in the field. Keep doing that. Thought objectifies and conditions reality. So you create a thought form, and in time, all of a sudden, you start having these synchronicities and these outcomes in your life.